On a high hill, a crow had built a unique and sparkling house made of salt, which gleamed in the sunlight. The crow was very proud of himself and considered others inferior to him. Near this hill, there was a dense tree where a tiny bird lived with her little chicks. One evening, the bird's chicks were crying out of hunger. When the bird tasted the food, she realized it had no salt. She wondered where she could get some salt. Then, she thought of her neighbor, the crow. She left her home and flew toward the crow's house. Upon reaching it, she knocked on the door. "What's the matter? Who's there?" the crow called out. "Brother Crow, please give me a little salt. My little chicks are hungry, and there's no salt in the food." "How will they eat it?" the bird pleaded. "You fool! Get lost from here," the crow snapped. "Do you really think I would ruin my beautiful house just for a pinch of salt? How dare you even think that? Leave at once before I lose my temper even more." Hearing this, the bird felt very disappointed and sadly flew back to her home. That evening, she and her chicks had to eat their tasteless and bland food. A few days passed. Then, one day, dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder roared, and heavy rain began to pour. The crow's house, made of salt, started dissolving in the rain. Within moments, his entire home washed away with the water. The crow was heartbroken and wept over his fate. He wondered where he could take shelter in this stormy weather. Suddenly, he thought of his neighbor, the little bird. The crow reached the bird's house and started knocking loudly on the door. Inside, the bird and her chicks were sleeping peacefully in their cozy nest, safe from the storm. The loud knocking woke them up. The bird got up and walked toward the door. "Oh Allah, who could be here on such a stormy night?" she wondered. Outside, the crow pleaded, "Can I stay here for the night?" "Yes, of course. Come inside," the bird replied kindly. The bird took the crow inside her nest. The crow, ashamed of his past actions, sat with his head lowered. Gently smiling, the bird guided him to a warm fire so he could dry his wet feathers. Then, she quickly went inside and brought him a fragrant cup of hot tea and fresh biscuits. The crow sipped the tea, ate the biscuits, and then curled up in a warm, cozy spot to sleep. Outside, the storm raged on, but inside the nest, everything was peaceful and calm. The next morning, as the first rays of the sun cast a golden glow over the trees, the crow woke up feeling refreshed. Before leaving, he apologized to the bird with deep regret and promised that if she ever faced hardship, he would help her in any way he could. Then, the crow soared into the open sky, carrying in his heart the newfound realization that good neighbors are truly a great blessing from Allah. The bird, too, felt content, knowing she had done a kind deed without expecting anything in return.